Hi guys, thank you all for joining. We shall start the session in another couple of minutes max. We have everyone. We're just waiting for a couple of people who would register to join, and then we'll start. Thank you so much. Great. Hi guys, welcome all to today's session. The session is on careers of future. First of all, thank you all for joining in this evening. We have with us today CA Akash Rughani. He happens to be the program director for IQS and has over 10 years of experience specifically in actuarial science, training actuarial students and other competitive fields. Akash, sir, you can take it forward.
Hi guys, thanks Aman. I hope everyone's able to see the screen, is able to hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
Cool, excellent. So before I get started for today, I'll just quickly put up a poll. Trying to understand the audience. Okay, so just let me quickly put up a poll. So broadly, just want to understand whether you are from the 12th or from some other grade. Okay. So I'm not being able to. Okay, I think poll may take time. You can just
I think, sir, you're not audible right now. I think his system, there's a technical glitch. I'll just ask him to rejoin. Just a second.
I'm sorry, I think I got dropped off. Yeah. So if everyone here could just quickly put up on the chat box what broadly is their background, 12 science or commerce or graduated. So broadly, if you are 12 science or commerce, just put 12 science or commerce. 12 science, good. I just passed 12, 12 commerce, 12 any. Okay, great. So majorly it's 12 science commerce. 11th, okay. DST statistics honors, okay. So we have a graduated person. That's good. B farm, okay. So excellent. So I think majorly people are here from the 12th. So I will keep my focus on majorly the 12th. Having said that, I will touch upon the graduation topics as well, post-graduation topics as well. In case there are any specific questions, feel free to ask towards the end of it. All right. So I start up with a question, guys, okay, which is basically, what is your career objective? Okay, so when I say a career objective, what do I mean? Let's say मेरे को कुछ भी चीज करना है, मेरे को मेरे को engineering करना है, मेरे को CA करना है, मेरे को doctor बनना है. Okay, I will have some underlying thought process to it. Okay, so क्यों करना है? I'll answer the easier one. सबसे easy चीज है, मेरे को पैसे के लिए करना है. So the easiest answer to this is money. Okay, money or wealth. Can anybody give me any other answer? Okay, apart from money or wealth, why do you want to do a career?
Sir, it's interest.
Interest. Okay, so I'll put interest. What else? Anyone else? Okay, finance. Okay, again it's interest. What else?
Interest in mathematics.
Interest in mathematics. Again interest. I'm not talking about mathematics per se. In general, कोई भी career क्यों करना चाहता है? Proficiency. Okay, cool. And that's good amount of info. Anyone else? Cool. So broadly, guys, what we have identified is these 5 things. मतलब मेरे को कुछ भी करना है. I told you the easy चीज मेरे को पैसे के लिए करना है. The second thing that typically people want to go for is satisfaction. This is something to do with interest, liking of that particular area, then proficiency of that particular area. अगर मेरे को अच्छा लगता है, मेरे को interest है, तो I will take it ahead. Then the next thing comes is these 3. Okay, am I doing something new? Am I innovating? कुछ नया तो कर रहा हूँ ना मैं ऑफिस जाके या जो कमा रहा हूँ. Am I having a say in the business? मैं कुछ बोलता हूँ तो होता है क्या? Am I having a say in the business? And finally, am I making a difference to the society? So कोई भी बंदा अपना career decide करता है, guys. These are the 5 things he looks at. He starts with money, then comes to satisfaction, then comes to autonomy and innovation, and finally he will try to say, am I doing something which makes a difference to the society? Okay. So these are the 5 things that we typically look out for, and these are the 5 things that I'll want to present to you as our opportunities that are going to be present in the future. So these are the things that we feel will be quite relevant in the future. Okay, so the first is software engineer and data science. These 2 streams typically stem from the increased adoption of tech. Since there is a lot of technology that's getting adopted, software and data science would be there. Then the remaining 2 fields, these come from the point of view of risk and finance. Okay, so considering that there have been a lot of importance towards risk, okay, as a particular domain, अगर मैं कुछ भी चीज कर रहा हूँ उसमें risk है, तो how do I avoid risk? How do I make sure that I make most of it? Come from these 3 areas. Economics is something which has changed a lot due to the pandemic. Okay, and obviously medicine is an area which will remain pervasive throughout. Okay, so broadly, if I have to put, I would put 3 themes as the themes of the future. The first theme is tech. Within tech, you can either develop tech or analyze tech. If you're developing tech, you are becoming an engineer. If you're analyzing tech, you are becoming a data science guy. The second area is risk. Wherever we see risk, how do I identify, minimize, and make the most of it in order to ensure that I don't suffer a very big loss? And finally, the third thing is the details that will be there, okay, which is basically economics and other policies. So guys, these 3 things would be very strong in the future, okay, and these are going to increase only as time passes by. So let's touch base on each career. So first I start up, what is an actuary, or what does it take to be an actuary? Let's try to understand with a question. So right now the cricket season going on, yeah. So what do you think, or what do you, who according to you is the best batsman of all time? सबसे अच्छा batsman कौन है, guys?
MSD.
Dhoni, okay. Apart from Dhoni, anyone else? All time बोल रहा हूँ मैं, खाली अभी का नहीं. Virat, great. What else? क्या खाली धोनी, विराट? युवराज सिंह, Sachin, Rohit, very good. Ricky Ponting, that's good. Are we missing out on someone? Great. Okay. So guys, ये क्वेश्चन पूछने का पर्पस क्या था? ये क्वेश्चन पूछने का पर्पस ये था कि there is no answer to this, but it is important how did you think. Somebody would have thought that batting average is the best thing. So batting average agar is the main thing that you look at, then Virat Kohli, or if you are a very old fan, then Don Bradman are some great examples. Number of runs scored, if we are looking at again, you can look at Sachin. Number of highest scores, if we are looking at, we can look at again, Rohit has one of the highest scores. Okay, most centuries per innings, again we can look at Virat or AB de Villiers or other players. Okay, the second thing is we can also look at who did they play against. Was that against a weak opposition? Which pitches they played? After that, with the team won. So if I would say MSD would come here, which is basically is arguably the best finisher of the game. Okay, so the moral of the story is, the moral of the story, or the moral of asking the question is that basically I can say any one of them is correct, but I should be able to communicate it effectively, defend it, and review it. If anyone asks me, I should be able to give an answer immediately. That is what you as an actuary do. You try to predict the future. Okay, you try to predict the future or try to make sense of the future. Okay, you are trying to predict something which is uncertain, and obviously nobody can predict it with surety, otherwise apan bhagwan hai. So we need to have some basis to defend it. So in actuaries, you will look at the financial future. You will try to quantify the future by quantifying the risk, trying to predict it, and finally sab pata chala to minimize kaise hota hai. Okay, actuaries is one of the most rated jobs. Okay, now India has about 600 odd actuaries, so there is a big growth that's possible, and there is a great opportunity that is there. So broadly, if you enjoy finance and if you're trying to predict something which is uncertain and very not well known, and you are able to communicate and defend it to whosoever you put it through, then that's the skill set that is required for being an actuary. They apply broadly in the BFSI domain, so which is banking, financial services, and insurance. So this FS stands for financial services and I stands for insurance. I've taken an example here. Everyone knows him. He's Elon Musk. He's one of the richest guys in the world. So he came up with a very interesting area. He said that he's now going to make driverless cars. He's already on the mission of it. So if I'm making driverless cars, the point is, in event there is an accident, who will bear the cost? Will it be the insurance? Will it be the company making the cars, or will it be the driver? So he came up with a very good question, and he said that, boss, my Tesla cars will have a 35% or a 40% benefit. When he makes this statement, we need to have actuaries to defend it, to defend, to quantify, to understand whether this statement makes sense with data. So this is what you would be doing as actuaries. Wherever there is some statement made or some uncertainty there, you will be trying to look in the data and trying to quantify and ensure that whether the statement is correct or not. All right. Everyone with me? Great. Okay. Now I go on to the second career that's there. Okay, which is called as data science. Okay, this broadly stems from the fact that there are a lot of technological applications that are there. There are a lot of technological applications that are there, and there is a great demand for people who can analyze data. Analyze data in order to predict, or basically in order to make business or solve business problems. The problem may be as simple as what should we buy, who should I hire, is this a problem area, is this a fraud. So broadly, actuaries or data science, अगर तुम लोग देख रहे हो तो दोनों जगह पे you see a lot of similarities. But data is more tech driven, actuaries is more number or more finance driven. So data may you will try to look at the data and solve any business problem. That's business problem may be who should I hire, what should I buy, is this a good market for me, is this the place where I should sell my products. कोई भी फॉर्मेट ऑफ बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम हो, अगर उसको आंसर डेटा से करना है तो यू विल रिक्वायर अ डेटा साइंटिस्ट हु इज एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द डेटा इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम. Okay, so again what I've done is, guys, this time for an example I will not be speaking. I will play a video. It's a small 1.5 minute video. Go through it. It's a very good application of how data science works in the field of marketing. Okay, I hope everyone can see the video. I'll just play it.
India is home to more than 6 crore small businesses, and they've been fighting for survival after the coronavirus outbreak and the lockdowns. Presenting not just a Cadbury ad. We advertised not just for ourselves, but for thousands of small businesses across India. The idea was innovative, but the technology and execution was challenging. Most of the stores in India don't have a digital presence. So we had to manually feed our system to create a database of local retailers, mapping them to their location, which we identified through PIN codes. As the ad was served to an individual, an algorithm located the PIN code and then mapped the various local stores in that PIN code and served the one closest to the individual in real time. The AI-enabled system created thousands of permutations for the localized version of the same ad. So many that it is even impossible to track. This resulted in the first ever hyper-personalized ad ever. One that ensured every single person that saw the ad supported a local store. Because when all of us support our local stores, all of us can have a happy Diwali, not just a Cadbury ad.
Great. I hope, sorry, I think there is some lighting issue here. So in case you guys can't see it. Great. So guys, everyone understood. So what Cadbury did was very beautiful. उसने खुद को मार्केट नहीं किया, उसने लोगों को मार्केट किया, एंड वो चक्कर में बहुत सारे लोगों ने कैडबरी को मार्केट कर दिया. Okay, so let's say you are from a particular area, you put up your business, Cadbury will show your business. वो वजह से हर बंदे ने कैडबरी की एड को ट्रांसफर किया बिकॉज उसका नाम दिख रहा था. And it became a very big sensation. After this, they did one more Cadbury ad on the same topic, which was a hyper personalized ad. Okay, and they made massive hits because of it. So it's a beautiful thing. Who will buy? I want to make my brand big. How can I use technology and data to it? That's what they did. The other career that I'm going to focus on is something which are called as quant analysts. Okay, quantitative finance guys are people who basically use finance plus tech. Okay, so these guys use finance plus tech in the areas of trading. They used in areas of trading, risk management, okay, business decisions. Okay, of late there is a great demand. There is a great demand for business professionals who are able to manage, finance professionals who are able to understand tech and manage businesses. Okay, so quant analysis is a person basically who are specialist in using these sort of tools in the field of finance. Okay.
हेलो सर.
या मनीष.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि जो एक्चुअरियल साइंस का जो आपने बताया था उसमें कोई कॉलेज अवेलेबल, जैसे कि मैंने सुना है कि जो आई जो है वो प्रिपरेशन कराता है इनकी, वैसे आप भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं, तो मतलब उनका कॉलेज है या फिर सिर्फ एक एग्जाम होती है जो हमें जो पेपर होता है टाइम से उसको फॉर्म फिलअप करें और एग्जाम देने जाएंगे हम ऐसा सेंटर पर, या कि एक कॉलेज ही होता है जहाँ पर एक बच्चा जाकर के 12th वाले बच्चे जाकर के पढ़ाई कर सकते हैं अपने फ्यूचर में?
Manish, I will come to the questions. Just let me finish this part. Give me like 5-7 minutes. I'll quickly finish this and then I'll come to your question.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay, yeah. So वैसे ही there are various areas of application of quant finance in these areas. Okay, so now the major question that everyone would have is how do I pursue this field? So ideally data science pursue करने के लिए ना लोग BSc statistics engineering करते थे और कोई ना कोई form of data science के programs कर लेते, various online programs of data science that are available. Actuarial science करना था तो कोई एक particular course करते थे और अलग से actuarial exams देते थे. Okay, either from the Institute of Actuaries of India or from the IFOA. All these exams are distance learning. So basically broadly मैं जाऊंगा वहां पे बोलूंगा मेरे को ये एग्जाम देना है, स्टडी करके खुद एग्जाम दूंगा. सेम थिंग फॉर दिस. अगर क्वांट फाइनेंस करना है तो मैं बीकॉम बैफ बीबीआई कुछ करता था और साथ में मैं सीएफए अगेन इन द डिस्टेंस लर्निंग फॉर्मेट परस्यू करता था. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट ब्रॉडली वाज द मैकेनिज्म. पर ये मैकेनिज्म में गाइस बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम होते थे. क्या प्रॉब्लम होते थे? एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड लूट नहीं है. मैं कॉलेज में कुछ अलग पढ़ रहा हूँ डिग्री के लिए या तो फिर प्रोफेशनल वर्क के लिए कुछ अलग कर रहा हूँ. डिग्री मेरी रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं होती है. मैंने अगर लेट्स से डेटा साइंस किया है लेकिन मैंने बीकॉम किया है तो देयर इज नो कनेक्शन, देयर इज नो इंटेंस स्टडी. मेरे को खुद पढ़ना पड़ता था. प्रैक्टिकली जो चीज मैंने सीखा वो किधर और कैसे अप्लाई होता था वो नहीं था. एंड इंडस्ट्री में सब चीज कैसे चलती है पता नहीं था. एंड फाइनली एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी मेरे पे था. सो इन ऑर्डर टू सॉल्व ऑल दिस प्रॉब्लम्स we brought up the degree of actuarial science and quant finance, okay, which is from the University of Mumbai, which supports professional learning. We have continuous support in the form of a learning management system. There are various projects that are there as a part of the program. Internship and placement is there as a part of the program, ensuring maximum employability. Okay, so this with thought was formed, IAQS was formed. We currently offer a BSc Actuarial Science program, which is from the University of Mumbai. So it's a 3 years full-time program. Okay, and we offer a MSc Actuarial Science. Okay, which is basically a 2 years full-time program, again from the University of Mumbai. Okay, ours are the only programs which are accredited by the IFOA. Both our BSc and our MSc both are accredited from IFOA, allowing 6 exemptions. Okay, we are the only programs in India to have this accreditation. What do I mean by an accreditation? College exams is equivalent to professional exam. मतलब मेरे कॉलेज एग्जाम में ही अगर आई स्कोर more than a threshold, typically the threshold is around 60 to 65%. If I am above this threshold, I will not have to give the professional exam. The professional exam is exempted for me. Okay, we are the only course in India right now which has this accreditation from the IFOA. Okay, and this is for both our programs, the BSc and the MSc. Okay, so what does this do guys? This saves a lot of time because मैं एक ही चीज पढ़ रहा हूँ, मैं अलग अलग नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ. मैं कॉलेज में X, प्रोफेशनल Y, तो मेरा टाइम बहुत बच जाता है. ये टाइम की वजह से students get a great grip on internship and placements. They are able to go for internships, they are able to go for placements as a part of the program. Apart from this, we also have tie-up with various universities. In case anyone wants to go abroad, we have a tie-up with the Australian National University. We very recently announced a tie-up with the Heriot-Watt and the Base Business School. These are quite top. So ANU ranks #1 in Australia. So anyone who has done their graduation from IAQS gets a straight entry into any of these universities with scholarships. So Heriot-Watt gives a scholarship of around 20% on their fees. Base gives a scholarship of around 15% on their fees. So students get direct pathway into various countries as a part of the program. These are some of the news that we got covered in very recently. This is the eligibility criteria in case you want to participate. If you are basically 10+2 or a graduate, basically any BCom, BSc, BAF, BBI, anything, you'll have to give an entrance test, which is based on maths and stats and English. If you get more than 50% on both entrance test and interview, you are eligible for the program. In case you are a graduate, if you have more than 70% marks, then you are exempted from the QAT. You can directly give the PI and become a part of the program. And in case you have done any of these things, you are exempted again from the QAT. In case you have done with ASET or any actuarial paper, you are exempted from QAT. These are the various areas where our students work, our recruiters. The reason we are able to give this is because of our great profile. So I'll just sum it up quickly. So what we have seen is, because you have single point focus, you get placements in the right domain, you are able to expand your network, you learn quite a new age skills. Because of this, our students have the highest placements in the industry. We are able to get very good placements because students have a very good focus into these domains. Okay. Because of the exemptions, you are able to focus very strongly on the basic curriculum, only on one thing, and that brings about very good advantages for the students. Cool. Now I'll enter into questions. I have taken the last part a little quickly, but in case you want me to discuss anything in detail, more than happy. I'll take up Manish's question first. Manish, we are a college program, so you will have to come to college and give the exams. If you are planning it to do it from the IAI or the IFOA, it's a external or a long-term study program, or basically distance learning program. You will be given books. You just fill up the form and you give the exams. Cool. I think I'll open it up for questions. Anyone here has any questions, want me to discuss anything more detailed, please let me know. I'll take those in more detail. Open to questions. Yeah.
I have a question, sir. I'm actually the mother of one of the students here. Uh, so I've been watching a couple of videos on actuarial science. So as I understand, you could correct me if I'm wrong, there are 13 papers in all. Is that right?
Correct.
So during, say, your 3-year course, would you be getting the students to write all 13 exams, or how many papers do you cover while the course is on?
Perfect. So, ma'am, ideally, nobody can complete all the 13 in 3 years. The ideal time for becoming an actuary is somewhere around 6 to 7 years on an average. What we cover is, I'll go back to that slide. What we cover is 6 actuarial exams. Okay. We cover actually 7, but the exemption is there for 6 of them. You can, if you score well in the college exams, you will be able to clear 6 actuarial exams. So by the time you graduate, so we cover in all 7, but we have exemptions for 6.
I'm not clear about that, sir. If you could explain again. So when you say some papers are exempt, what exactly do you mean by that?
So when I say exempt, so basically you just have to give the college exam, and in the college exam, if you score a decent amount of marks, so typically more than 60 to 65%, if you score in college, then you don't have to give these 6 exams. Okay, then the 6 exams are exempted for your from your case. You will just have to give the remaining 7. You don't have to give the 6 exams. You are completely exempted, provided you score well in the college exams.
All right. So once the student graduates after doing a 3-year BSc course in actuarial science, then the student, you also offer placements, isn't that so?
Yes, yes.
So
We
then
offer
the student,
internships and placements as a part of the program. So broadly, we have a lot of companies visiting our campus. So students will get multiple opportunities to participate in the various placements that are there.
sure. So in India, so one of my nieces is actually, she's already cleared several papers. She works in Dublin in Ireland, and she did a course in actually, she's, I think, yet to just complete the last paper. Uh, where she works, she gets study leaves to write the papers. Do we also have a similar, sort of thing in India?
Perfect. Yeah. All corporates offer students opportunities in the form of raises and study leaves for their exams. Majority of them offer, but how much varies from corporate to corporate. So there would be some who may offer more, there would be some who may offer less, but there are raises and there are study leaves that are given to students to pursue actuarial exams.
All right.
Great. Can we do internships? Yes, Pradipta. So as a part of the program, the last semester of MSc, which is the 4th semester, before that semester starts, typically our students enroll for various internships. In the last batch that passed out, of the 10 students that were there, 7 were pursuing some or the other form of internship as a part of the program itself. So yes, you should pursue internships. There would be some opportunities that would be coming from college. If you want, you can pursue some opportunities on your own. But you should do it, but towards the end of the program. So in the last semester, typically we advise students to go for internship. Please brush up about QAT exam. So great, I'll go to that slide. So broadly, QAT has a 70-30 split. 70% is math stats, which is purely based on your 11th, 12th grade. 30% is English. It's a MCQ based exam. So it's MCQ, multiple choice questions, okay, with a 50% negative marking, okay. You need to be above 50 marks at the end of the test. After that, there is a personal interview. You must clear the interview in order to be in order to be eligible, okay. The maths and stats level is very, very similar to your 11th and 12th math. The English level is also quite manageable. The only thing is you need to be comfortable with MCQ based and with negative marking. Just don't give any answer for the heck of it. Write only those answers which you are very sure of. And it's an online third exam.
So when you say online, sir, does that mean that you can write from any location, or
Yes.
does one have to come to a center to write? As in,
No, you can write from any location from the convenience of your home. You just need to have a camera and a calculator with you, because the test will be proctored for this.
Also, I'm a little confused about ACET versus QAT. What's the difference? ACET is what you have to.
No, so ACET is the entrance exam of the IAI. So in case anyone here has given the entrance exam of the IAI, or anyone's cleared any paper either of the IAI or the IFOA, they are exempt from writing the QAT because they have already done the relevant technical math. They only have to give the interview. What are the chances? What is the personal interview about? Pradeep, the personal interview is communication. It is pure trying to understand whether you'll be able to communicate or not. Megha, what are the chances of getting employment? Megha, last year, our employment ratio was around 80%, 80 to 90%. So yeah, I would say, so our MSc employment was 100%, our BSc was around 80 to 90%. So there are very good chances that you will get employment post the 6 papers. I have recently passed the 10th and I'm aiming future. So what colleges would you recommend? Oh, 10th. Bhavya, you have to tell me which state, Udyan Raut, what purely actual jobs one could get with the government, RBI, tax. So Udyan, you can be looking at the RBI. You can be looking at the insurance regulator, which is the IRDAI. Okay, you can be looking at the Insurance Statistics Bureau, the Ministry of Finance. Maybe there is an insurance arm where you can look at actuarial. Then health and employee benefits is an area that you can look at if you're talking about purely governmental jobs. The UK has a government actuary department. We expect a similar thing. The UK and US have a government actuary department. We accept similar things to be portrayed at your end as well, in India as well. Mansi, yeah, you raised your hand, so you can go ahead with the question. I will come to the others as well. Yeah, Mansi, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, I am a graduation pursuing student and I'm in 2nd semester right now, pursuing economic honors. So, sir, I gave my CS1 and CM1 this April diet and the result is still awaited. So, is it advisable to give QAT exam this diet or should I skip it? Because somehow I am like confused between one of the paper of the clearance, but the CS1 is like 99% sure for the clearance.
So if you are a bachelor student already, if you have more than 70% in your graduation, you will not be required to give QAT. You can directly go for personal interview and based on that, you will be selected. Since you mentioned you have already done with graduation.
Sir, like I am pursuing second semester. I am currently in second semester, and final semester is yet to go.
You are right now in third or right now in second?
I am first year student, second semester.
Okay, so right now you're in second, you'll be coming. So Mansi,
Yeah.
what I suggest is you connect with, so there are some midterm entries as well. So you can directly enter in the second year also. So I would suggest speak to my counselor. I'll just, Janki or anyone just could put up the number. So since it's a very personalized question, I would request you to speak to the counselor, and we will try to advise you properly there, because I also want to understand what your marks are, what college and everything. So I will answer the question personally. You can just
Sure,
reach
sir.
out to the counselor.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Is there a scope of actuarial science in Germany or Switzerland? Yes, Nihal, very much. It's far. Actuarial science is everywhere. Wherever you have risk, wherever you have problems, if you want people to solve the problems, it will be there. It is there in Germany, it is there in Switzerland, it's there in Portugal, it's there everywhere. Any of the mid to large countries will have it, and there is a scope of it. Maneet Bhasin, what is the average package? So the average package of our students was around 9.5, with the max going at around 13. 12 to 13 was the max package that went, and around 9.5 was the average. The minimum was around 6.5. I think 7. 7 was the minimum. I hope I've given you all the stats that was required. You are already completed with MSc. Mansi, again, I think we'll have to reach out personally to understand. Okay. The criteria that we have is for BSc. So in case in your BSc you're above 70%, you are eligible for it. You don't have to give the QAT, and you can directly go ahead. Great. Have I missed out on any more questions, guys? Yeah, Bhavya, go ahead.
Sir, I've just got out of 10th and I'm looking for future colleges in 11th. I belong to Maharashtra, Mumbai. So would you recommend any colleges? Because I want to take actuarial science as my future.
So 11th, 12th, if you are interested in commerce, I would suggest NM.
Okay.
If you are interested in science, I would say Ruya, Ruparel would be my top guess.
So I should take commerce, so science for actuarial science as my future.
So Bhavya, actuarial requires a good amount of maths. So the
Yes.
maths science वालों का अच्छा होता है, but even NM works. So there is no mandate. If you like finance more, you can pursue commerce and then do the maths. But ensure that you have maths in your 11th, 12th.
So which board should I take?
Up to you. Any board is fine. I just want proper level of maths in it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bunge India. Am I pronouncing it correctly? You can go ahead with your question. Yeah. Bunge India.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, this again I ask is, my son is again looking at pursuing this course. So I ask to understand his options here. Can you please tell me that the faculty, because actuarial science is a developing study in our country, right?
Okay.
As you said, you are amongst the few probably who offer, or the only one who's offering this in such a comprehensive manner. Therefore, how enriched are your faculty, or how experienced are they? Because I think that is the very crucial part. Are they practicing actuaries, or are they professional teachers? How is the faculty in this case?
So our faculty ratio is split roughly around 60-40. 60% are industry professionals, 40% are academics. Okay. So there are 2 actuaries, qualified actuaries, who are full-time as a part of the program. Okay. Once Vivek, he heads placement, and there is Aman as well, who heads the academics. So that's a very good pool, but we focus more on industry people coming and teaching. So we have people from various industries that are coming and teaching, and that's what because of us being in Mumbai helps a lot, because Mumbai being the financial hub, a lot of industry professionals are there, and we are also located quite in the heart of Mumbai, where traveling and commute becomes easier for them.
May I also add to that, if you have time? Is after say a successful BSc Actuarial Science graduate from your college, he comes out with, he clears the exams. You said the 6 papers that one can clear during graduation. After that, are the opportunities to study like you have the MSc course, or do you advise going to the UK, which I'm told is the far in terms of actuarial studies, and because of the insurance business there and the charter, the history of insurance begins there. Is it therefore advisable for a student uh, to move to the UK? Is that the best option? Just to know exactly how this works after BSc.
So after BSc, the ideal case would be to have a couple of years of work ex.
Okay.
After that, if the student wants to take an international exposure, may go to the UK or the US for actuarial studies. I think we are talking 5 years ahead. We already have got exemptions in the master's program for higher level papers. So by the time your son graduates, hopefully we will have higher order options available. But as things stand now, if somebody asks me, in case he wants to go abroad, I would advise him to go majorly either to the UK or Australia, Canada, and would be for the higher order papers and try to complete the program. But I would say at least 1.5 years of work ex is advisable. Tanya, you can go ahead with your question. I hope I answered. Sorry, but I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Tanya, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Actually, I've just completed my 12th exams and I'm going to pursue a CA Foundation course. So after my CA Foundation exams, I'll be going to pursue this course. So is it possible to handle both CA Inter? Because that time I'm going to CA Inter and Actuarial Science. I just want to ask this.
Tanya, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Because CA in itself is a very demanding course because of the articleship and the entire thrust that is there. I would advise you to take either or of the options. If you are more interested in CA, pursue CA. If you find actuaries more interesting, pursue that. Because ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि दोनों pursue करने के चक्कर में दोनों में से कुछ ना हो. Okay. So you should ensure that you have one thing wrapped under your belt. Okay, don't take up 2 very, very difficult things. It should not boil you down to 0. Having said that, there are enough number of people who have pursued both together, but a very, very difficult task. And personal advice would be think of one and try to do one very nicely.
Okay, sir.
Can you appear for UPSC with actuarial science as an option? Udayan, I will have to check. UPSC does not have actuarial science as an option, but you can look at math, stats, or finance, or those areas in the UPSC syllabus. So math, stats. So actuarial science is a specialized application of statistics in the field of finance. Okay, so stats I'm sure and maths I'm sure is there in the UPSC syllabus. Not too sure about actuarial. Megha Jalvi, any bookkeeping QAT knowledge? No, Megha, only math, stats, and English. We don't require bookkeeping or accountancy knowledge. Can an actuary become a management consultant in McKinsey Bain? Oh, Nihal. So we already have examples. A couple of my students joined Bain Capital. So first they were in the actuarial domain, then they went into consulting into Bain, specializing in insurance sector consulting and health benefits or health sector consulting. So yeah, people can easily join any of the consultants. In fact, all the big fours already have their actuarial arms. You have AY, KPMG, PwC, Deloitte, GT now has started. Mazars now has started. So all the top firms have also started having their actuarial consultancies. So the scope is there. Great. Bhavya, again, you've raised your hand. You have any more questions?
Yes, sir. Like, what could I study in 11th for actuarial science as in future so that it becomes easier?
So
Like,
you
how?
can look at some areas of coding that I would want you all to pursue. So
Okay.
try to get some IT knowledge through.
Like Python, Excel, that all?
Yep. More so you can
So
start with the basics of coding. I mean, you can also look at C, C++. Those coding elements will help you. So
and
if you have IT, it will be good.
And for actuarial science, there are very limited number of resources available. So can you recommend any books or anything for the QAT exam, like apart from 11th and 12th books?
So actuarial का है ना एक ASET की जो books है ना, you can look at ASET exams. So ASET exams के last 10 year के papers are available. You can look at them. They are a little difficult, but that's a good area to practice.
Thank you so much, sir. And what can I do as in for 11th? Like ऐसा क्या future में मैं देखूँ apart from coding? If I've done that in school level, तो और क्या कर सकती हूँ for maths and stats?
For maths and stats.
मतलब अभी से easy हो जाए QAT.
नहीं, I think 11th 12th maths stats is quite manageable. Don't worry. I don't think so. It's that difficult.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Currently, I have completed my BBA. So what next I can do? And if I need to do masters from ISS, yes, Vaishnavi, masters from IQS has exemptions for up to 6 actuarial exams. So you will get exemptions provided you score well in the exams. But I would, Vaishnavi, one thing, considering that you have done BBA, I don't remember when is the last time you touched maths. So maths is an area where we find BCom and BBA students finding it a little difficult to pursue. So ensure that you have a liking and an aptitude towards math stats to pursue the program.
Okay, sir.
Udayan,
Thank you.
does it help me if I pursue actual company secretary course along with my actual studies? Will I be exempted from any papers or any paper? No, Udayan, company secretaries is law. If you are interested in law, go into company secretaries. Actuaries have nothing to do with law. You will, apart from a ethics and a broad knowledge about the insurance law, there is not much law that is being taught in the actuarial syllabus. So both are very diverse. So in case you are interested in company secretaries, I would say try to pursue LLB or some sort of law. Is it necessary to know coding to pursue? It is not necessary to know coding, Yashvi, but you will have to learn coding as a part of the actuarial syllabus. So, but it's not that ke pehle se aana chahiye. You will be taught from the basics. It starts from Excel, goes on to R, then on to Python, and all those sticks that are there. So it's not mandatory to learn coding. Sorry, it's not mandatory to have a prior knowledge of coding. My bad. Yeah. Can you please guide through how to clear the next 7 papers after the 6th? All right. So once your 6 are done, the 7th paper per se is a business awareness module, which is very easy. So I would not expect you having any problem. The 8th, 9th, and 10th, 8th paper is the most difficult. It's very vast paper. 9th and 10th is something which is already taught as a part of our syllabus, but we don't have exemptions now. So broadly, for the 8th paper, you will have to start studying from the IFOA material. And the last 3 papers is something which you give after 1.5 years of work ex, because last जो papers है ना are choice based papers. मेरे को actually किस में बनना है, मेरे को investment में बनना है, life में बनना है, general में बनना है, वो हिसाब से मैं दूंगा. So the last 3 papers would depend upon what area you work on. Cool. To prepare for QAT, where will we get? So once you register for QAT, Anant, you will get a question bank, which is based on math stats, which is compilation of last few years QAT papers. You can go through the question bank, study from it. As I highlighted, you may also look at your 11th, 12th maths or the ASET syllabus. Joined late, is this going to? So we'll be uploading a recording, Tejal. You can go through this. Which subjects are there in this program? Yashvi, I suggest you download our brochure. All the subjects are quite detailed, mentioned in the program. And in case after that you are wanting any specific questions, we are more than happy to answer. So can the counselor just quickly share the brochure as well? So if anyone wants to download, can download it. Nikki, is it necessary to know languages like SQL? It is not necessary to know Nikki, but you will learn as a part of the program. You will develop things like Python, things like R, things like machine learning as a part of the program. Does the package increase with each paper we clear? So Aditya, I told you, I gave you a broad range. The minimum was around 7, the maximum was around 12, 12 and a half. So 12, 12 and a half was ideally given to those people who had got the maximum exemptions and had done very well in the program. So ऐसा broad range है, depending upon how much you clear and how much you are able to demonstrate. खाली papers नहीं है, you should be able to also demonstrate knowledge that you have learned as a part of it. What is the cutoff? Cutoff, ideally QAT, what we have kept is a bare minimum 50 in both QAT and interview. Once your QAT and interview are done, you will get a confirmation email whether you are eligible or not. The fee structure and all, can the counselor quickly share the brochure, please? So I think once you share the brochure has all the fees and all the other details that are there as a part of the program. After the 6 papers, yes, Aditya. After the 6 paper, every paper, जो मैंने बोला ना, 8th paper सबसे ज़्यादा difficult होता है. Typically सबसे बड़ा raise उसका होता है. Clearing CP1 gives you a raise of easily of around 10 to 15%. Sir, could you please explain BBA? Could you tell me, Bhumi, as in what in BBA you want to know? I think, yeah, Bhumi, could you help me know what exactly from starting? See, Bhumi, BBA is broadly a business administration program where you learn management and okay, thanks. So where you learn management as a part of the program. So broadly, तुम business कैसे manage करना है वो देखोगे. After that, towards the end of it, you will choose finance, marketing के business में कौन सा area तुमको अच्छा लगता है. So BBA in marketing will focus on the business aspect of marketing. Finance will focus on business aspect of finance. BBA ना बहुत generic program है, Bhumi. As an advice to all people who are pursuing graduation, for your bachelor's, try to go for a technical skill. A technical skill is either math, stats, accountancy, engineering, law, any such things, technology, BSc IT, ऐसा कोई skill पकड़ो, BCom पकड़ो, मतलब accounts पकड़ो. Focus on a hard skill. BBA or an MBA, I would say, should be done as a graduation level. So MBA is more softer side of things. So once I have the harder skill is when I should focus on the softer side of things. BBA at graduation becomes more difficult. I hope I've answered. In case you have any specifics, you can let me know. Is there any finances available for the fees? Yes, we have a scholarship of around 10 to 30% in case you have any need. Okay, so it's on a financial need basis, not on merit. So it's not based on marks, it's based on your need. Apart from that, you can take up any financial loan or any this, because since we are a Mumbai University program, any bank or any financial institution will give you a loan. Now, the max number of seats for the bachelor's program that we are allowed is 120. And for the master's program that we are allowed is 60. Is CA more rewarding or actuarial science, as in salary wise? Okay. Ideally, Bhavya, पैसा should be the second thing that you look at. दोनों में पैसा बहुत अच्छा है. Okay, actuarial is a very niche area where you get into risk management and in using the mathematical and statistical domain. So the answer, Bhavya, should be तेरे को क्या ज़्यादा पसंद है? तेरे को accounts, law पसंद है तो go towards CA. तेरे को अगर math, stats और वो सब number बहुत मजे आते हैं तो go for actuarial. Salary wise, I think salary wise there's not much difference. Actuaries gives you a very good salary. Once you get a qualified actuary, you get very good salaries, but that should not be the decision for this. Does the pass percentage and difficulty level differ from country to country? particular preparation course. No, I think you can go through Yashvi, the question bank that we have shared. You will be able to go through it. In case you have any problems, you can reach out to us. We will help you through in case you have any more questions. Pass percentage, no, it does not vary from country to country. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Pass percentage overall एक होता है. Yeah, I think you've raised your hand again. Bunge India. You can go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. Also, I would like to know that as a practicing professional, if an actuary, I understand such professions, as you said, are niche and very skilled with experience. Are they practicing professionals, and who would approach them? Who would their clients typically be? Because otherwise they're in service. If you could just enlighten me on that.
Okay, so they are practicing professionals. There are a lot of consultancy firms. Every company requires to get a report from an actuary with regards to any benefit scheme that it has. So if let's say I'm a company, I have some employees, I'm giving them benefits in the form of gratuity, leaves. I need to get my report from an actuary. So that is where the consulting aspect comes. There are a lot of consulting companies in the pensions and the employee benefit domains. As an actuary, you can practice in that. Apart from that are the insurance and risk domain. So there are a lot of areas, and there are a lot of actuarial consultancy firms as well.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yup. Yeah, we are going to mail everyone the brochure. The brochure will be shared to everyone via an email. Are you? Yes, I am in SYJC right now. Should I do BBA, CA or actual? Bhumi, बहुत wide question है. I don't know you as a person, so I will decide you. I think you can connect with again our counselor for a one-on-one session. We need to understand तेरा interest किधर है, तेरे को क्या पसंद है, किधर तू अच्छा score करती है. There needs to be some form of analysis done before I can do a suggestion. Yup. Can an actuary? Obviously, an actuary can. There are a lot of actuarial consultancy firms. Okay, small, big. There are a lot of firms. BSc Mathematics, BSc Statistics are also things that you can look at, Nikki. When can give ASET exams? After 12th is typically when ASET is there. Nikki, best colleges in Mumbai would be Ruia Xavier's. Yup, remote jobs are available. A lot of actuaries. In fact, 5 of our student interns are working for right now companies based in Gurgaon. So they are working out of Mumbai. They are interns and they're working for Gurgaon companies. So yeah, there are enough opportunities, remote jobs available for actuaries. Great. I believe I have answered a lot of questions. I hope everyone must have got a very good idea for making their career choices. In case you feel, "Arey, ye to reh gaya," feel free to reach out to us. And our counselor number has been shared. You can reach out to us. We will schedule a session in which I or Aman or any of the senior members of the faculty may also meet you and solve and help to solve your doubts. I hope I've been able to give you a lot of idea about the profession, about the careers, and the way you can decide. Thanks for being such a patient audience and listening to me throughout the session. And all the best for your careers.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Hope we'll get the recording.